Okay, so here we are on a new adventure. Once again taking place in the magical land of Halshal, but this time, things are a little bit different. It has been 300 years since the Great Judgment War on Talsin, the War of Succession in Degorsa, the final obstacle in Kuvinan, the Second Darkness in Negvara, and then finally the uncovered history of Mavici, all culminating into a grand divine showdown in the Ravaged Isles. The nations of the world have developed extraordinary technology. Credonia's guns have spread to all the corners of the earth, and now you can have flintlocks, machine guns, assault rifles, and everything in between. The internet has been invented, most recently, allowing people to communicate with each other without the need of sending. Many wars have broken out. Cars drive along roads. And the best part of all, there is no more such thing as a quill, because we can now use pens. Great ballpoint pens. But all that history is going to be learned throughout this adventure, maybe. For right now, we're focusing on two characters, Lucina and Murdoch. Lucina and Murdoch are two recent graduates from a Credonian high school. And while they wanted to invite a few of their friends on this adventure of them going to a campsite, unfortunately, it seemed that their friends had other things to do. Now, Murdoch and Lucy saved up money and they decided to take a bus because their car could break down on the road and then they'd have to waste ammo fighting off some goblins or something. And nobody needs that. So, they hop on the Quickling Mercurial Scimitar bus line. Candy canes are good, by the way. All that minty. Anyway.
There's a segue.
Yeah. I couldn't talk right because I had a freaking candy cane in my mouth.
It must be the holiday season. It's a winter vacation trip for this. Yep. Okay.
It is. Actually, it's not. It's a summer vacation trip. But you guys have taken the bus. And not a lot of people ride the bus these days because they're trying out the experimental teleportal network that's being developed with Credonia and a few other nations. But your campsite, the campsite that you want to go to, isn't exactly accessible by teleportal network. Because the teleportal network is not only experimental, again, having to rephrase that, but it also only goes to major cities. And you guys want to go south to the nice rural Credonian countryside. A few people have gotten on this bus as you've made your travels. You've been traveling for about 5 hours now. And you know, maybe you guys are listening into something on your smartphones. What would you guys be listening into?
I would be on a live smithing forum. The live chat.
You'd be on a live chat of a smithing forum. They are talking about interesting developments within the Cardronic conglomerate. especially that Lord Salvatore Cardron IX has teased something that at the end of the month should blow the world away.
So, under
In the
my
literal
screen
sense?
name of MC Hammerbeard,
Inspiration. Inspiration for that. Bravo.
I would like to know if anyone has a link to more information.
They link you to an interview with Lord Salvatore Cardron IX, and it is part of the Mavician Inquirer, an elven newspaper that mostly is based in Mavici, but has recently spread some of its assets over to Talcin in order to try to expand its market. And so there's this female elven reporter in this video that you were linked to, and she's talking to this really physically fit young man who has short black hair, and he's in a very fancy business suit. He carries a sidearm as well as a dueling sword, which is just standard procedure for the Cardron family. So, what is this new thing you keep teasing about? She asks him. Well, you see, this new thing is going to revolutionize the entire world of warfare, okay? Because right now, the wars that are being fought aren't exactly being fought well. Now, of course, you have some of my conglomerate's excellent quality drones providing airstrikes using only the highest quality of missiles. But our foot soldiers are still having trouble, you know? It's like in the days of old, you know, I read my great grandpappy's journals, and he always talked about how to dive and weave in between things. But some of those foot soldiers aren't trained to just dive and weave. You know, they had some plate mail armor, chain mail, they had metal shields. And, you know, we've developed something like that. You know, we have the land warrior armor, of course, which is the heaviest thing that, well, our world has these days. I mean, no one's gonna walk around in plate mail anymore. It's, what's the word? It's out of season. It's out of style. It's out of era. It's out of age. And the most important part about this is it's going to make us in the Cardronic conglomerate big bucks. And what about your scandals? Especially with your older brother and his words, saying that you usurped the Cardronic conglomerate from underneath his control. This again? I mean, come on with you people. What's the matter, huh? Look. The board of directors did not see him as an excellent visionary who could forward the progress of the country, okay? You know what? They saw me, his little brother, as the absolute pinnacle of economic progress. And that's what it matters, you know? We need to develop the technologies, we need to expand the economy, and we need to especially make sure that we have the resources to make ourselves the absolute epitome of society. So, at the end of the month, you know, maybe a couple months, we might have to delay it depending on how things go. I'm going to unleash something that will be more advanced than our current gear, even for the conglomerate itself. Just, stay tuned.
He sounds just a little tiny bit sinister.
How about you, Lucy? You want to tune into anything?
No, I just listening to the gospel country music.
They're singing about how Credonia is absolutely great and the Emperor should be praised.
First thing Murdoch will do, he'll open up his folder filled with pictures of plate armor and caress his finger longingly over them.
Okay.
What that asshole said.
Lucy's just gonna stare at the countryside.
Oops.
Yeah, hey, things have become advanced, you know. You guys get service in the woods. You guys have great technology.
Service in the you said this was modern day, not futuristic. What the hell's this service in the woods thing?
There's futuristic cell towers, you know? Ain't nobody gonna have sending and scrying and that shit. No. You know how expensive those...
Magic, that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. In this world, technology has been fueled by magic. You know, why hire an expensive crane when you can just have a couple mages cast levitate?
I should have been a wizard and I could just like zap my fucking batteries to recharge them. That'd be great.
You also could have fried the entire device itself.
Okay, that too.
Can prestidigitation charge the batteries?
No.
Aw.
But it can clean all
But
the
wait, it
dust out of
can't
your
help
laptop.
It can clean all the dust out of your laptop fans. That much is true.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, the IT tech wizard. Oh my god. Missed opportunities.
Yeah, that I specifically did not allow the Technomancer Unearthed Arcana archetype for very specific reasons. Mostly, while magic and technology in this world have indeed developed alongside each other, magic can't exactly affect technology. And vice versa, magic can't exactly affect, or technology can't exactly affect magic. So, it's like if someone was using a sending scroll while you sent a text message, they're not going to interfere with each other. You can't hack the sending scroll. And vice versa, that sending scroll can't hack your text message. But yes, as you are lazily rolling down a hill in this bus, you notice that it's suddenly starting to blizzard.
In the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Heading south.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Credonia?
Higher elevations down here?
Well, yeah, there's a valley. There's a valley to your right. But you're not in the valley. You're above the valley.
Wait, what? So,
I mean, what?
summer, going south, going down a hill, starting to blizzard. Oh my god, I sense witchcraft.
Well, I'm getting a message in my head. A voice saying, I sense an evil presence here. I think we need to be cautious.
Oh.
And you suddenly feel the bus start to jerk around, and the driver starts panicking as you hear the bus starting to slide on the road.
Hey, driver, you might want to stop the bus so that we don't go over a hill or something.
I'm trying!
Try harder!
And that's when a giant white shape passes right in front of the bus, and I'm gonna need some constitution saves.
Great. At least a 15.
Okay. Murdoch, you're gonna be knocked out. Lucy, you're gonna be a little bit roughed up. And before you start doing your little episodes of blacking out, you just see tree after tree, starting to hit the bus.
Oh, great.
And then there's a crash.
Oh boy.
Lucy, as you look around, you see that the very few people who were on the bus are very bloody. Murdoch himself also does not look very, very well.
I mean,
And you're also aching all over the place. You don't even know how you managed to survive that crash.
I can cast prestidigitation to clean up the blood off of me at least, but I guess go around to the other passengers to see if anybody's still breathing at least.
Oh god, everyone died! Ew, clean myself!
20 minutes in and game over, alright.
Yeah, as you check on the other passengers, make a medicine check. Yeah, pretty much everyone, especially the driver, he got impaled on a branch, is dead. You and Murdoch seem to be the only ones. Murdoch is fine. He's just a little. Okay. Murdoch's a little conked out though. You could probably shake him.
Everything missed me. I'm too short.
That's what it is. It's a height thing. I really don't want to expend my spell slot just to cure light wounds if that won't do anything, but would it?
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess I'll go ahead and cast cure light wounds.
On Murdoch? On Murdoch?
I'm the driver.
Yeah.
I'm the driver.
I don't have
Revivify.
so much diamond dust or revivify. So.
Yeah, Murdoch.
Yes.
You come to, and you see the crumpled, dented, bloody. Well, it's not corpse ridden because there's only a couple corpses, but there's still blood.
Holy fuckamole, what happened here?
I'm not quite sure myself. All I remember seeing was a bunch of trees as we were, I don't know, I guess, tumbling or just...
As you guys are in your seats, you guys hear a loud whoosh, and then feel a large mass fall onto the earth.
Murdoch will look out the bus window and see what the hell it was if he can find it.
Well, fortunately, you don't really have to peer that hard. It is a giant white dragon.
Oh.
I don't think the two of us can handle something like that.
But you know what can happen?
Hmm.
Duck hides under the seat.
Yeah, okay. Murdoch does hide under the seat. Lucy, do you want to hide underneath the seat?
If all fit, sure.
Yeah, you will. If you
Pretend
you
that
can
was
you can
stealth.
spread your body out between multiple seats if you want to.
Okay.
All right. How about you, Murdoch?
Was that
four
for
was
your stealth check?
yeah, that was.
I did better than you. Wow.
Okay,
Well,
so which of you two speak Draconic?
Neither. I don't.
I do not. I only speak Celestial. And,
Okay.
or-
Well, you hear a bunch of grumbling and grunts in an ancient language that you do not speak come from the dragon's location. And then you hear a bunch of higher pitched ones surrounding the bus.
Okay, it's time for reinforcement.
Do schools teach anything about dragons? Can I make a check?
Arcana check. Or history check if you want to. That works.
Okay.
Dragons have not really been around for too long. They sometimes appear, but they're not only just as quick to appear, they also don't make their presence known again for quite a while. Especially if it's a chromatic dragon.
Is it chromatic or was it just?
It's a white dragon. White dragons are chromatics.
Oh, I was thinking Tiamat.
Then, Murdoch, the trembling little bastard, because this is a white dragon. That's kind of scary. Huh?
Yep.
He's gonna start loading his rifle and keep it out of sight from the window, but he's gonna peek out. And just, what's that high whistling sound he hears?
The whistling would be the white dragon using its frost breath to spray the forest with ice. And you also see a bunch of white skin-scaled kobolds digging through any of the underneath luggage that was in the bus.
The underneath, oh, fucking hell. There's kobolds and dragon? Ah!
Now, you can make a perception, though.
Yeah.
Nope, I can't.
You see a you see like a weird figure in white robes descend right next to the dragon. And this figure has a glowing purple blade.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we might not be totally screwed.
And you hear some exchange, and the white dragon does not sound pleased. Meanwhile, this white figure, which is an elf with dark red hair, his tone seems to be snarky.
Can I tell if they're speaking the same language to each other?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't understand the language, but you're assuming it's the same one.
Okay.
As the kobolds now draw their attention to this new figure, you hear the figure you see the figure raise his blade, mutter a word, and then vanish.
Vanish, huh?
Mm-hmm. But what happens is 4 of the 6 kobolds that were surrounding him are dead, and plus you see that a significant you see that the final slash of this man's flourish was indeed directed at the dragon itself.
Oh yes, I like this.
The dragon lets out a roar and then flies away, leaving two kobolds left who have their weapons raised, their pistols, I should say, raised, pointed at the man. But they're not firing.
Huh.
The man simply points his blade at them, and the kobolds dash off into the forest.
Holy shit.
Do we recognize this elf?
Hello there. Anyone in the wreckage?
Oh, there's a lot
You
of
hear
us
a
here, but I
shout.
think only a couple of us survived.
I'll silently wave a hand outside the window. And then duck again.
It's safe to come on out now. I don't think they'll be attacking us.
Oh, God. Okay.
Well,
Oh.
go ahead and try to squeeze out from underneath the seats again.
I'll waddle out with my rifle there.
You won't be needing those today, friends. Did you check on the other survivors?
I did.
They're not exactly survivors.
That is a shame. Fortunately, I... Huh?
I say you're looking at them, you're looking at the survivors.
That's a shame. And as you can see, you now recognize that this man was on the bus. He just seemed unremarkable until you are now getting a good look at him and see his copper skin, his glowing emerald eyes, and his white robes that indicate from their design and stuff that he is part of the Arbiters, a faction of peacekeepers that is known throughout the world. You would also assume that his weapon is an Arbiter rune blade, a magical sword of power that every Arbiter carries, even if they also choose to use guns.
So, I'm guessing I won't need to have to call authorities here. He's got that covered.
Do any of you have a cell phone?
I
Yeah.
did. I don't know if I still have it after the accident.
You might want to call the authorities. Because, unfortunately, I don't have a sending scroll with me.
Well, assuming it didn't break in the accident, I'll go ahead and call the emergency number.
You know what? Have your phone make a Constitution save. Good enough.
If it fails, it bends.
Good enough.
You know how I had it in my hand? It probably flung out into the...
Well, you see, your phone survived, but the screen's cracked.
Right. Rice ain't gonna fix a cracked screen.
Good thing I got out of there in time. Dragon would have had us all for lunch. And I don't know about you two, but I do not fancy on becoming lunch.
It sounded like you were saying this, speaking the same language he was. What? Anything of note that we should know about?
Oh, I was just telling him that he should probably go back to sleep, because we don't need him for another couple thousand years or so.
Alrighty.
He didn't take too kindly
By
to
the way,
that.
By the way, I'm Lucy.
Nice to meet you. And you, dwarf?
Murdoch.
Nice to meet you both. My name is Fenris. I was hoping to make this journey to Macadia pretty easy, but seems like we're a little sidetracked now. I don't know about you. If you want to wait for the authorities, that's fine, but I'm no stranger to just hiking it all the way down south. That's up to you, though. Whether your choice is to take a hike or to stay here, I think. Well, you look like you're pretty young yourselves. And I would not have that. I don't want that on my conscience when the kobolds try to return to mess you up. Because they will return.
I don't know about you, Murdoch, but I think I want the bodyguard.
I don't want these kobolds looting the dead bodies of these people.
We shall wait for the authorities then.
Yes.
How long on the phone call did it say that they would be?
Well, you guys were in the countryside, so it might be an hour or so.
Oh, good. I can get my spell slot.
Yep.
Murdoch will unload his gun then, and then take out his battle axe and shield. Something that will be less threatening to the authorities when they come.
You see
But
Fenris. You see Fenris extinguish his blade. It now just looks like a regular long sword handle. And then he just folds his arms within each other, using his sleeves as kind of like a connector.
If you guys want, I could try building a little campfire for us, something to keep us warm in this snow.
Yeah, it's not like really cold. It's just a tiny bit chilly.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I knew there was some snow on the ground, like a blizzard, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, the summer heat will fix that up right quick. There's probably snow on the ground because the dragon was trying to ambush us.
It's very subtle.
Chromatic dragons are not exactly known for their subtlety, from what I've read.
I take it your knowledge is from experience more than reading.
I've only taken on a green dragon myself, but he was not exactly subtle. Did have a bit of a gas problem, though. His breath did not exactly leave anything to be desired.
I can imagine. So, we now have a traumatized little dwarf and a traumatized little Lucy.
A traumatized Lucy.
Yeah, I'm just done, but I'm trying to be helpful too. I don't know what all I can do really, and I offered a campfire. I can.
Man, I remember when I was about, well, your ages, you know, given that we elves don't exactly age as quickly as other races do. Remember when I was about your ages? Setting out on my first adventure. Didn't have no cell phones to call the authorities whenever our caravans decided to get derailed by fireballs and crossbow bolts.
Must have had one hell of a time back then.
Oh, we did.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Oh, in about human years, I would be about 46 or so. In elven years, though, I'm around 450.
450?
450, yes.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
haven't been on this earth that long.
Well, no, there's a lot of elves still alive from the olden days. I imagine there's probably a dwarf or two as well. They were probably babies when all that stuff happened.
Do you know any dwarven smiths that would still be around? I just adopted your fucking accent.
Dwarven smiths, you say? Well, You could probably go to Rogar McDwarf.
Where'd he be?
Ah, he'd be all the way in Liboda now.
Can you say that place again?
Liboda.
Liboda.
Yes, it's one of the nations of the Gorsa.
Huh.
And then you could probably find one, a smith or two in the Cardronic conglomerate.
Would you know any that are, God, what's the word? Proficient in smithing old weapons and armor, like plate.
The Mercadian Magical Academy would probably have someone like that.
Alrighty.
And you could probably find a couple of the dwarves willing to forge older weapons. Maybe a Cradonian smith or two.
Would any of them be ready to take up an apprentice?
Well, first you'd have to get out of this pit to make sure that they can have an apprentice to take on. Come on, let's go.
That's a good point.
Let's go right up by the roadside.
Yes, the roadside. Yes, that would be...
I have high doubts.
Technically, this map works since it's a blizzard.
Well, luckily,
Well, I'm
the
pretty
folks
sure
at...
it's all of the trails of the trees that fell down. That gets you back to the road.
Well, luckily, the folks at home won't be seeing that because they're just seeing an image of dice.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of try to go mapless as much as I can.
Very well. But I would imagine that we would see the trail of fallen down trees.
Mm-hmm.
That would lead back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and that cliff is about 60 feet up.
It wasn't just a simple ledge, huh?
Nope.
Yeah, okay. I am not good at climbing at all.
I could use survivor skill check.
Okay there, Cartman.
I don't have a common voice, do I? I just have 50 fucking things that I switch between.
Just start speaking pterodactyl, you'll be fine. Are we doing acrobatics checks to climb, or are we actually doing survival checks to climb?
Either one.
Okay, then.
You could also use athletics if you want to.
I have even worse athletics because that would be a 9.
See, all my fucking criticals were at before the session.
You tried to leap up and grab a tree, only to realize that you managed to grab the thinnest branch and fall on your ass.
Thank God dwarves have thick asses.
As for you, Lucy, you jump up and try to scramble to get up on the tree, but you just can't find a good grip.
Darn it. Fenris, you wouldn't happen to have any spells that could get us up on top of the hill again, would you?
No need to bother yourself with me. I've got this.
You could just take your time.
You want me to give you a leg up there, Murdoch? At least
I'm
get you
already
that much
sprinting
further
up
ahead?
that hill. Look at me. Look at me go.
Sure, we can do a take 20. Oh, wait, wrong game.
Alright, Murdoch, you do go up. Well, I suppose I have...
While you went up there.
Well, I suppose I have something, but... Well, I can't do it. I can only do it a couple more times. And let's hope those kobolds won't return then.
Hey, I've got rope up here. I could help one of you.
Yeah, if
Damn it,
Murdoch's up,
doing it
up
again.
there, we'll...
Alright, you can help her. I can get up by simply levitating.
Okay.
And yes, in... Huh?
Weren't you just saying you could only do so many spells and now you're just gonna levitate up there?
Well, I can levitate myself up there, but there'd be another spell slot to levitate you up.
Fair enough.
He
Okay.
gives you kind of like a smug grin as he just... Murdoch, you just see Fenris slowly levitate over to the roadside and then gently touch down.
You know, it's a good thing that I'm playing Lawful Good right now because I would have so flipped you off at that point. But
You can still flip me off if you want to. That's not...
not as a Lawful Good. No, if I was playing my Tiefling.
Lawful good isn't... You can flip people off as lawful good.
Yeah.
I had a lawful good goblin that flipped people off. And he was a paladin.
Anyways, how are we doing on that rope?
Yeah, Murdoch, you're able to toss your rope down and hoist Lucy up. And I will be right back.
Alright. Seriously though, this is an actual problem I have. I had a British friend that I would talk to like day after day. Then one day I went to school and I sounded British. All my friends told me.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's so close to the English language that you just kind of adopt it.
Yeah. And
I mean,
it's,
I watch how much Doctor Who and Harry Potter, and there's a couple of British gamers that I watch on YouTube, and after a while, it's like, oh, hello, Governor.
they sound so much cooler.
What's really funny is his Fenris voice he's using right now is the same voice he uses when he was voice acting for Soren.
You know, the sad part is, when I try and sound British, though, it's horrible. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Alright.
I only do it on accident.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay. Now, after you finish hoisting Lucy up and you're on the highway, you do hear up a further hill some more of that draconic chatter.
Lovely. I think we found the kobolds.
And you can even see the dragon starting to fly in.
I will get my rifle back out and load that motherfucker.
Yep, Fenris, you see Fenris's body just shimmer in a protective light.
I would like to do that, but I'm not old enough to learn that yet.
Ah, shit, now where are the tokens for this?
Nice sparkles,
Anyways.
Elfin Gramps.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
God. He's a little big.
It looks like he's walking yet flying at the same time.
Yep, that's how classy that token is.
He's doing little skips.
Okay, so I'm guessing he's a huge dragon, I see.
Uh-huh. Actually, no, he's colossal.
Yeah.
Okay, but the point is, it's not like a baby dragon.
No, it's not
No.
baby dragon.
Hope that's not baby dragon.
Hold up that baby dragon. Let's get you some time, wizard.
How about warlock? We said for warlock. Okay.
Just like it.
If we play it cool, we might not have to fight this.
Oh, so you've returned. I find that you have greatly offended me with your arrogance, elf. Offended you with my arrogance? Oh no, I think you might have offended the boss even more with your terrible, terrible icy heart.
Yeah, fuck off, Winterfresh.
Holy shit. You are coming up with the zingers today. I love it.
Uh-oh. Do I see those yet?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're here. And yes, they do have pistols.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, they get guns.
Hold on, you know what? It's only gonna be 3. You know what? You two can handle those down there, can't you?
Hope so.
Well then.
Did I get my spell slot back from...
Yeah, you got your spell slot back.
It's
oh,
one,
look at
but
you.
one's better
You
than
get
nothing.
to keep the 21.
You would... I mean... Huh.
Wow, still a dragon.
Yeah. Dragons don't have a lot of dexterity. Okay. Fenris's turn is up. And you just hear him... You see him just ignite his blade as he moves over here. And he's going to attack 3 times. And also, he looks like he's moving very quickly. Probably by some bursts of magic.
Grandpa Fenris has some moves.
He does have some moves. Speaking of moves, I gotta check how powerful his moves are. Yep, that's... all 3 of his attacks are gonna hit.
Goddamn.
Dealing a combined total of... Well, here's where you two get to see if what is in stake if you become an arbiter.
Nice.
Fucking what?
Plus 24.
Oh, he hit 3 times.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He has his rune blade out. Everyone knows the rune blade is a massively powerful weapon. Now, it is weaker than some guns, but it's still stronger than most of the mundane melee weapons that are available in the world.
Now, if I was playing an evil asshole, I would probably side with the dragon here, steal that rune blade, run, get chased by all the arbiters because I killed one, and then fucking regret my life.
Like the very end. Just in fucking regret my life.
But it'd be worth it. Because I have a rune blade. Okay, yes.
Alright, Lucy.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and move over here a little bit and try to Eldritch Blast that one there.
Which one? This one right here?
Yeah.
That is a hit.
And does it allow me to do? It does not. Okay. Ignore that one because
I was about to say, what are you doing?
Well, I thought I could roll the attack from that page, but I guess not. Ooh, there we go.
Alright, you blast this kobold into unconsciousness.
Cool.
Alright, Murdoch. Now remember, mechanic with guns. So here's the fun thing. You're going to have to spend your bonus action to aim your gun.
Yeah, I read that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what he'll do. He'll aim at this one down here.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
That's a 4.
Unfortunately, you're still a little bit woozy from that accident. And your bullet goes astray.
Where are my 20s, Dave?
You wasted them!
I know!
You wasted them on stupid, mundane stuff like, oh, let's go up here. There's your hunting rifle where you wasted 2 nat 20s. There's your initiative roll where you wasted 2 nat 20, or a nat 20.
The 19 after.
Alright, but yes, it is the dragon's turn. And he does not like the way Fenris attacked him.
Good, dragon. You just be with that big elf guy over there.
This might hurt for Fenris.
I still make sure he's in range of me, so if he doesn't move too much.
Fenris will put up a shield around himself, but he will still take a claw over his chest for 18 damage. Ugh. Don't worry too much about me. I got this. Alright. Kobolds are gonna aim their pistols at Lucy.
Go after the squishy one.
Oh, you're the one that's right up front.
That's true. My meat shield went back there.
I am the tanky sniper. My life is contradictory.
What's your AC, Lucy?
12.
Don't worry, you're fine. They both missed.
Oh, that's right. They have like -1, don't
No, that's Pathfinder. Alright, Fenris will... let's see what Fenris will do. You know what he's gonna do? He succeeded in his constitution check to keep his spell up. He's gonna just make a couple attacks. And by a couple, I mean 3. And again, they all hit. For a grand total of 56 damage.
Better hit than last time.
And it's Lucy's turn again.
Let's see. I'm probably gonna just move in just a little bit more and do another Eldritch Blast on, say, that one down here.
Okay.
I think that's still in it.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no. You go to cast Eldritch Blast, but you accidentally cast Elder Blast. It makes a poof an appearance of an old man.
I have a meat shield now. I use it as my AC.
It already vanished.
Darn.
Alright, Murdoch.
Okay.
Oh.
Which one are you aiming at? This one over here?
Rightmost, yep.
Oh, wow. Yep. Yep, he's dead.
Oh my god, 2 nines? Oh my god.
I just
That
beat
one's
mine up.
dead.
Killed it.
Dead as fuck.
I mean, that was the max damage he could have done, almost.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll move here.
Okay. I'll be back for you later, elf.
Uh-oh.
The white dragon mutters, and he then just flies away.
Was he low? Because if Lucy killed that last one, I was totally gonna shoot it. I would have loved if that died from me.
I mean, he looked kind of battered, but you don't think that your bullets would have really done too much to him.
Damn it.
Alright, this kobold's gonna move over here. He doesn't like you, Mr. Dwarf. Unfortunately, he can't actually move up to within range of the pistol!
Is he gonna take like a
Why did I make that
max
such...
range?
Wait a minute, why does the pistol have 50 range?
That's not right.
No, that doesn't sound right.
It should be like minimum range, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 50-foot minimum range, but that's
I
not.
can throw a dagger at 60. So,
Okay, I think I forgot to, because I'm not using what's in the forums. I'm using an older version,
Yeah.
so I may have tweaked it in the forums, but not on my list. So I will tweak that back to 40 feet. Oh, that still hits you. Okay, well, whatever. What's your AC, sir?
13.
I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah, he shot you in the side for 7 damage.
Get you for that, you bastard.
Yeah. You talk big. Fenris will rush into the kobold, and he will try to slash this guy 3 times. Oh, shit. Well, they do all hit. And then the first one's a crit.
Poor fucker.
Do you even have to roll for damage? I think you just obliterated that one.
He could have sneezed on the kobold.
There we go, 74.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what you get if you get an Arbiter Runeblade. You're gonna be hunted down, but God help you if you get one.
Can I get one of those Arbiter Runeblades?
Hold on, I got something.
Oh, cool.
That's fucking great.
What else can I do?
Mage?
Bomb. Oh, there we go.
Problem is, you said that the viewers at home can't see that.
No, they can't. Oh well.
Aw.
What about this? This is splatter. Oh God.
Ew, please no.
Oh yeah. What about burn? A blood burn. Oh yeah, there we go. Bubbling? Oh.
Oh, that's like in the cauldron.
Dude, these are sweet.
What about glow? Nah. Missile?
Did
Nova.
you do that or, like, move the cursor around?
Yeah, that was me.
It's like the Terraria magic missile then.
Let's see, a breath.
Oh, that would have been...
Yeah, that would have been useful. I should be using these more. A beam. A blood beam. Just...
That breath one, is that actually measured for 15 cone?
No, it's measured however long you do it for.
Oh.
Anyway, now that I'm done with that, now that I'm done playing around with the effects.
By the way, I use my healing light and I shoot it at Murdoch. Whee! You get 3 health.
Alright, are you gonna save this kobold over here, or is you just gonna let him die?
I'd think about this. This could be a very tough decision.
Oh, fine. 1 health.
Not thinking about it. That's being merciful.
Fenris, you speak kobold or whatever it's called, draconic.
Yes, it's called Draconic. And the two start to chatter. And by the time they're done chattering, the authorities have arrived. You can tell because their sirens are very loud. And they have flashing red and blue lights. And these fit Cradonian judges come out of their car. There is an ambulance as well. Oh, you only brought a couple of these vehicles. Should probably brought more. What's going on down here? Fenris will just merely point down the valley. And the cop goes to his car, opens the door, grabs the radio inside. Yeah, we're gonna need some backup. Maybe a tow truck. Maybe a couple other mages too.
Maybe it's Maybelline. I had to.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Alright, what about this little guy here? The judge looks at the kobold. And then sees, the 2 other dead kobolds.
Yeah, I didn't really think that far.
Oh, this little bastard was in cahoots with the dragon. You might be able to question him.
Yeah.
Dragon?
I mean, unidentified flying object. I look at Fenris to see if what we should reveal.
Yes, it was a dragon. Uh-huh. A dragon.
I'm sure you can
These
hold the
threes...
blood.
Me. My friends and I. We were just going along the road. When this buzz, that bus, out of control. Almost hit us. It did. These threes, they saved me. My friends were not so lucky, but they saved me. Uh-huh. I think we'll, bring the 4 of you in for questioning.
Oh boy.
Why does all my characters always end up in jail no matter how I build them?
It's like Atten Rand from Knights of the Old Republic, too. Why is it everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? Yeah, you don't hang around with good people, though. Let's be real. You don't hang around with good people.
Yeah. Just look at who I'm dating.
Yeah. I'm a piece of shit. So, that's whatever.
You're a good piece of shit.
I am a good piece of
Don't be
shit,
hard on
yes. And...
Anyways, like,
yes, and all... Well, the 3 of you... Lucy, you, the kobold, and Murdoch get into the back of the judge's car. Fenris, meanwhile... You see him talking with the judge outside. And he actually gets into the front seat of the judge's car.
very charismatic, that one.
Charismatic.
Charming?
I'm an arbiter. Well, I was an arbiter.
Mm-hmm.
Was? And you got to keep that blade?
Yeah, I put in my time.
How much time do you have to put in to get one of those blades?
I was merely an apprentice for about 10 years. And then I had to deal with that whole war judgment business. That was nasty. And then, well, I mean, I was just going to retire now. So, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm still an arbiter for right now. And I will aid the Credonian judges in their investigation of what happened.
I see. You have any clue how those blades are made?
Of course I know how to make a rune blade. Every arbiter does.
You make them yourself. Nice roll.
You suddenly forget that you live in Credonia, Lucy. No. You suddenly forget freshman history.
Because character knowledge, I know what this is about to happen, and it's like, Okay. Fine.
You know what's about to happen?
Well, not, like, I think you told me about Credonian law and how it's...
You just revealed that you're psychic. We're on to you.
Oh, great.
I told you, character knowledge versus player knowledge. Player kind of knows about Credonian. Character knowledge, apparently I know.
Fuck all. There, just say it.
The dice are always against me. It doesn't matter what I play. You watch one of these rolls when I actually need the lowest number possible, I'll get a 20.
But yes, every part of the initiation into becoming a full-fledged arbiter is building your very own rune blade.
Fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck yes. Arbiter, arbiter, arbiter. Go, 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 go. Murdoch, do it. Oh, I have to roleplay? Okay.
Yeah, you have to roleplay.
Damn it.
So,
Right there, man?
so what did happen there? Oh yeah, by the way, the judge starts his car and starts going back to the nearest town, which is again an hour away. So I might as well start asking you guys here, what did happen there?
We were on
All
our
I
bus heading
remember-
south.
Was trees.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of trees. And then we saw this big white beast, which is a dragon, come at us. And Fenris scared him off once. We were stuck in the pit. We got out of the pit. There was that dragon came back. And then the dragon and the kobolds all kind of tried to attack us.
The kobold next to you is like looking at you like, what the hell, man?
This one kind of sucked at it, though. That's why he's alive.
Well, he's gonna be... Can you confirm this, what? Oh, yes, Fenris Stelador. Don't worry about that. Just call me Fenris. Yes, sadly, although I was going to try to get him out of it, because he seemed to feel genuine regret at what he's done, and I was going to try to rehabilitate him using arbiter techniques. That kobold there did indeed attack Credonian citizens and an arbiter. Well, that makes this kind of difficult then. I can't exactly try him, knowing that he attacked an arbiter too. Yes, that's going to be a complicated one for you indeed, officer.
Huh?
If you guys want to roll history,
History for what?
I don't know. You say, huh? I know you're saying, huh, like you're confused. I mean, you could roll history, maybe get a little insight.
No, I read what Granny said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, this is much better. Not only does it get to live longer, it gets to suffer through court hearings and all that jazz.
Well, you don't know. The officer says he can't. He might not be able to try the kobold if it attacked an arbiter too. Yes, officer. Yes, sir, judge. It did attack me. And these fine people here who were just taking the same bus that I was. Well, how come you don't look so roughed up then? Oh, yes, you see, as I saw the dragon coming in, I used Misty Step to go onto the highway.
Judge, I would like to point out that after the dragon did knock us off the road, these kobolds came to boot the bus. And at that point, Fenris did kind of kill the shit out of them. Sorry, I have no more eloquent way to put that. So these 3 kobolds that were dead were obviously pissing their pants, not sure what to do. Maybe this one should be rehabilitated.
It's not just. It's up to you. It's up to you, Fenris. All right, you know arbiter jurisdiction precedes Credonia's. You know what, officer? I think if you left this kobold in my care, he and I will become very good friends. Well, it's not my decision, that's yours. But sure. I mean, I'll still drop you off at the precincts and stuff, and you'll have to fill out accident reports and all that other jazz, but yeah. It's your jurisdiction. Thank you.
I'm a novice myself, but if you don't mind, I could teach him smithing. Could always have another hand around my workshop.
That would be good. And since he knows how to use a pistol, I'm going to judge, what other abilities do you got there, Mr. Oh, Kran. My name is Kran. Kran, okay. What other abilities do you have? Well, if I was still conscious, I could, the dragon there, he taught us how to get a surge of strength in the middle of battle.
We're all fucking fighters still.
Actually, hold on, I might change his class.
Okay.
You know what? Well, he taught us how to, well, for me at least, he taught me how to kind of stay low and sneak around. And he also liked the fact that I could point out where it would be good to ambush people. You know, like us kobolds like to do.
Oh, so like a scout.
Yeah. A scout. That would be appropriate, yes. Out of character, he's a rogue.
Scout is
We
good
got
to
that.
my level.
Actually, with the new book, it could be a scout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a subclass.
I know. Oh, you're talking,
Yeah.
Jax.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new rogue archetype with, Xanathars. Which would make... Yeah, you're the only one I think that has a Xanathar archetype then. Planned out, Lucy. Or, well, you are a Xanathar archetype, you're a Celestial Warlock.
Yeah. I don't know, Murdoch, are you planning on going Archer again, or are you gonna do something else?
Battlemaster.
Yeah, he's going PHB.
And the rune blade makes that so much better. It's already cool that I could like trip people with sniper rifles, even though they'd probably die. But having a rune
That's the
blade
one
and
that
doing
can
that,
actually
oh
see
my
HP,
god.
right? Battle Masters?
Battle Masters and yeah, the PHB.
No, they'll see HP.
Oh
See
yeah,
health
yeah,
bars.
yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, back
Yop,
to
yop,
the
yop, yop,
story.
yop, yop. And yeah, anyway.
Video clip?
Sorry.
Fuck, are we? We're in a car.
Yeah, you're in a car. So, you two just graduate school, I take it?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Oh, and also it's a human judge, of course. Despite Credonia, being a melting pot, it's taking progress in that aspect. Most of its military and self-defense are still mostly human.
He's not biased or anything, right? I mean,
No,
it'll be...
no.
Okay.
Well, not as far as you know. I mean, he might be biased.
Well, you would do well to expand that. Dwarves are known to kick ass with their shields and hammers. Elves are making great archers and mages.
You can just feel the smirk on Fenris's face, even though you can't actually see it. You could just feel the smirk.
Yeah.
Yes, magic is pretty powerful.
That I know.
Say, your get-up. What are you? What type of training do you have?
Who, me?
The Asima.
No. It's just my mask. I have some knowledge of magic. The mask just protects others, really. Or it will. According to my parents, it's dangerous to take off my mask so every once in a while. To both myself and others. Again, eventually. Can't do much, but I can do this. I'm assuming we're not handcuffed? We're just right in the back of the car?
Yeah, you're in the back of the car. And also,
Yeah, we're not
Fenris...
handcuffed,
Murdoch, you hear Fenris say an elegant, almost divine-sounding language to Lucina.
Huh. I'll blink. Because I have no idea what to do.
Kron is also, like... He's looking back and forth.
But yeah, assuming we're not handcuffed, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little prestidigitation and have a little butterfly come out of the palm of my hand and just kind of have it fluttering around the back of the car.
Kron looks kind of freaked out at that. And he tries to bite it once, but it doesn't... that's only then does he realize it's an illusion.
Just a little butterfly goes...
I was so excited you could conjure butterflies.
And there goes the butterfly effect now, yep,
You visibly see Murdoch's smile rise and fall as he realizes it's an illusion too.
Well, sorry, I can't... I'm not a druid, I can't summon actual bugs.
Prestidigitation.
Better if you were.
Useful spell. I usually use it for cleaning. You know, it's
Well,
very
I washed the blood off of me earlier.
it's very difficult to keep white robes from getting muddy.
Can imagine.
Yeah. That was in the old days, though.
Now you have
Hmm?
I said, now you have OxyClean.
Yep. Ah, yes. Good old OxyClean with Willie Mays.
It gets tough stains out. Okay.
Fenris uses prestidigitation to conjure an image of a burly dwarf wearing a blue polo shirt and khaki pants. And he has a nice, well-trimmed black goatee. And he's like, "Are you having trouble keeping your white robes clean when you accidentally cast the wrong spell? Try new Presti-Clean. It's like prestidigitation, but without all the magic."
Fucking magic advertisement. Oh, that's great. Is there a curse now where you can just get rid of someone's vision and replace it with advertisements?
You know what?
Did somebody just go Yu-Gi-Oh?
Wait, what? No, that wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh that did that. Yu-Gi-Oh did something like that, but it was Mosaic. TV Mosaic.
Okay.
Red Dwarf has something like that too, if anyone watches that.
Holy shit, Mega.
You finally got Marth?
He finally got Marth, and there's a celebration going on in Skype.
I hear it, it's just like, boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, I was like, what is that noise?
Until later, it's like, that's like, you got to be recorded for that fact. Okay.
But, yeah, so another, that was about like half an hour conversation. Another half hour of conversation passes. And you're all finally in the police station. It's a painful process filling out the paperwork and processing everything, but the police do let you go the next morning. I should say the judges let you go the next morning.
Woohoo, my spells are back.
Well, Kron. Yeah. You're my apprentice now. And you see the kobold's face just kind of go, oh no. But I will also give you a different option. I can dismiss you. You go off into the wild. You enjoy your life. And you never commit any terrible crimes such as attacking people again. Hopefully. I'm hoping that's what happens if I let you go. Or you can stay with us if you want. And, well, let's run it by Lucy and Murdoch first.
Well, if you stay around, I'm gonna put you to work to be a decent folk around here.
Kron looks at you, Lucina.
Well, if you don't stick around, it's gonna be a waste of a spell, and I don't like to waste spells.
I'll stick around. Excellent. Now, I don't know about you, but that was a lot of money that I spent to get on that bus. And you guys also spent a bit of money, too, to get on that bus. Not of your starting credits. No, everything's fine.
Oh, that's good.
Illusory credits.
Illusory credits, yes.
I spent my life savings in order to get on that bus.
Damn it.
I'm only stuck with whatever I have in my pocket. Why did I go for it?
Yeah! Fenris's accent is affecting everybody.
I went fucking southern in that last bit of dialogue.
You did! I didn't even notice it.
anyways, I don't really have much more money in order to do a bus again. If
Well then,
I don't know,
you know what
I'll
we could
just
do? There was this thing that we did in the olden days called walking.
okay.
Oh, don't sigh.
I haven't walked in how many millennia? Yeah, right. I'm only 16.
Millennia.
Or 18.
Fucking sick.
Millennia? I was about to say, you don't... I know Asimar do, age at the same rate of elves. But you definitely don't look like you've been alive for millennia.
Actually, Asmar age at the same rate as humans, just slightly slower.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
Yeah. But anyways, I haven't really left. I mean, I've done school, and then I go home and I play video games, and I've never really done the whole outsidey thing. I just kind of did that camping trip just once in a while, see the outside, and sure, yeah, walking, that'll work, I guess.
Oh, my, to be young again.
You can tell from her skin she's kind of very never seen the sun.
It is way too hot out here, man. Kron obviously would probably have, some problems with the heat. Given that he is an ice kobold.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah, his... Yeah, listen. Listen, you two.
I was gonna say, reptilians usually like heat, but yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, never mind. Apparently white dragons don't have vulnerabilities to fire, so never mind, he's fine.
Oh.
That's kind of lame. Anyway.
I think dragonborns do either, so...
You know what? Kron just doesn't like the heat naturally,
Okay,
I
fine.
was about to say,
Fair
maybe he's just...
He just hates the heat. And I don't know about you. Yes, I do not like the fact that I have to go in these heavy, bulky robes. But I got nothing else to really.
Saying that to a dwarf who's carrying 50 pounds of junk in his backpack.
Yeah, but you dwarves are built for the hard labor.
Well, anyways, we can say this as we're walking, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool thing, like, despite the fact that there's still, cars and all that junk, there are also still walkways for adventurers.
You mean sidewalks still exist?
Yes. Unlike where you're from, where there's only a single corner of a sidewalk that only serves for you to stand in as you wait to cross a highway.
Oh, God. That sounds like hell.
It is hell! We had to hike through a golfing course.
Shit.
He's not exaggerating either.
We had to hike through a golf course just to get across the street.
We have a small
That's the
town with
Chinese
barely
word.
any traffic, and even then we have a bridge that goes over the road at some points.
And it was like we took like an hour to get 2 miles.
No.
It was not that long.
Fuck. I never want to live there.
Your place is hostile to human life.
It's overrun by machines.
Anyway.
It is. You should see him. But anyways.
But yes, there are still sidewalks because adventuring is still recognized as an official hobby.
Hobby.
Well, yeah, it's a hobby now. I mean,
Yeah. That's
The-
sad, but great.
like, you could still... The fact that you can still open carry weapons is considered nothing, even in this world. People haven't done gun control or any of that stuff. They know that guns are dangerous,
Just a little.
but they also stated that if you do take away guns, people are just gonna go on the black market to get them. And then there are still people who will, if a guy pulls out a gun, there'll be a wizard to maybe fireball him, magic missile. There might be a rogue willing to stab him.
So I have a question.
What?
Do we have anybody around here that might do some mending for free? Because my phone is probably gonna need some screen repair.
I could probably take it to a church or a school or something.
Church?
Yeah, there's still churches.
No, I mean a church to mend a phone.
Wait, clerics?
Cleric,
Do clerics get mending though? That's.
Yeah.
I've never used mending as a cleric.
I mean, I'll double check, but I'm relatively sure my one cleric had mending.
They do. They have mending. Okay.
I just like the idea of someone walking down the hall and placing a phone on the altar.
A white light shines from above, and then suddenly the phone's not cracked.
I should have put mending on my spell list, but instead I went meditation more.
Prestidigitation is useful.
Yep.
Yes, there are churches in this small town.
I just need to go in real quick and get my phone fixed.
Alright, you go in, so the four of you enter the church. And it's a pretty small church. There's no sermon going on right now, but the priest is sitting at the podium. It's a... You know what? Yeah, it'll be a goblin priest.
Does not be judged, but okay. Excuse me, sir?
Yes. What is it? What do you want? He
Kinda hostile for a
jumps. He jumps out of his podium he jumps out of his chair and up onto his podium and then looks at you. Hello.
I know it's kind of an odd I know it's kind of an odd request, but I was hoping that you might be able to fix my screen phone.
You came to a church to ask me to fix your phone.
I tried telling her that.
I am short on funds, and I was hoping for some help.
I mean, this isn't the first. It's just you kids need to stop breaking your phones. These things they're valuable.
Not my fault that there was a whole bus accident thing that happened.
Back in my day, we didn't have any phones to to bring to people for just mending. And he waves his hand, and your phone is fixed. All right, you know what we did? We didn't even have phones.
I'm gonna go ahead and just let him continue complaining and just slowly walk back out.
Met two kinds of grandpas today. One has been supremely cool. The other...
Fenris isn't a grandfather. He's like 45. That's not old.
100?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
but...
For an elf, he's middle-aged.
Yeah.
But that's for an elf. Alright, elves can live to be 750 years.
Wow.
Dwarves are like 400, right?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, I'll still call him Gramps.
You could probably find an elf that's, 700 years old.
Yeah.
But anyway.
One day.
Yeah. For now, though, you guys are out on the road.
Yep.
What adventure what shall we do to pass the time as we walk?
I mean, now that my phone's fixed, I don't know how much battery was left on it, but I can always do some Heroes on my phone.
There is Fire Emblem Heroes in this universe, yes.
Didn't have to be Fire Emblem, but okay, that works.
A lot of Huh?
Hmm?
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, you first.
I mean, Mavichi... You know, it's odd with Mavichi, because they are basically the Japan of this world. So, yes. They do have Nintendo.
Fuck yeah!
Elven Nintendo. Link is a human.
Okay.
Mario is not a fat Italian plumber.
Oh, jeez.
Mario is a lithe elven plumber. And Luigi is actually a dwarf.
Elven plumber. Wait, so he's shorter now?
Yep.
That's a spicy magma.
We're just gonna flood the world.
Yes.
You want me to teach you Draconic?
Well, yeah. That way, in case Ron here says anything, I want to make sure I know what he's saying. I mean, yeah, he's speaking common now, but I don't know if there's things that he might want to say that's not appropriate for ears. And I'm saying this in Celestial, by the way.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. Ah, yes, I suppose Kron and I could teach you Draconic.
I don't know if I would trust Kron's teachings, but...
Hey. Hey, what's wrong with my teachings?
You can hear this.
Yeah, you can. Fenris was speaking in common.
Oh.
I'll say if he's speaking in Celestial.
Well, it seems kind of weird for me to speak in Celestial and then him coming back at me and speaking in Common, but alright.
I should have probably iterated. Yeah, he's speaking in common. Are you still in... Well, if you were still in Celestial when you said that, then no, Kron would be like, what's going on? What, me teach? Or, he doesn't say me teach. You know what? Kron has a better intelligence than this. What do I teach? Huh? Draconic? Well, I mean, I guess it's good to learn. Allows you to communicate with dragons.
Hmm?
And me,
Well,
I guess.
think my time would be better spent learning Elven or Dwarvish.
Dwarvis?
Dwarvish.
You don't have the voice for a dwarf.
Ah, yes. It takes a beard to speak Dwarven.
Even the ladies.
Even the ladies.
I would like to point out during this walk, befitting of a strong, independent blacksmith.
Yeah.
Since Murdoch will spend his time looking up the arbiters and how they join, yada yada yada, rather than, speaking to Fenris, who's right there.
Well, it's the Arbiters have a proud history of being guardians of the peace.
Mm-hmm.
But they tend to favor individuals who use magic. Or who are willing to use magic.
And I, keep pockets full of glitter.
Shoot someone and then just toss some glitter in the air like it's a magic bullet!
Glitter dust!
Glitter dust would be great in a strip club.
Oh, God. I'm not that kind of suffering college student yet. Do I even have that on my spell list as an option?
I don't think warlocks have glitter dust. But yes, the Arbiters, they have been around for about 500 years. Guardians of the Peace.
Slightly older than Fenris.
Yeah. And it is stated that they did have some of their members participate in various wars in order to have things simmer down. They favor magic because magic is very powerful. And depending on the spell, you can use magic to calm enraged emotions in a wide variety of ways, put people to sleep peacefully. Generally, you're noticing that a lot of the examples they list are definitely not what Fenris practices. You're noticing a lot of peaceful negotiation rather than swish, swish, stab.
I can sort of see why he wants to retire soon. If that is
So
his
what are
preferred
your
way.
thoughts on the Cardron's, the guy and his plans on his questionatory wants to change the world thing that he was on the interview the other day about?
Ah, yes. Lord Salvatore Cardron the Ninth. I remember meeting his great-great-great-grandfather. I think it was three greats. Anyway, yes, I remember that old man, and I actually base my current fighting style off of him.
Does this Cardron feel the same? What would you call it? I call it aura. I don't know what you would call it.
He seems to be, well, his youth seems to be his youth seems to be giving. Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Calm down there.
Pause while I have my stroke. Okay. His youth seems to have given him a certain arrogance about him. And I seem to detect a great ambition in him. Well, I haven't actually met him in person. So I can't exactly tell. And plus, he has an anti-scrying field up on his factories.
So you can't even get like a letter to him?
Well, I was gonna check. Well, I was gonna check to see what he was up to in his secret labs, but like I said, he has an anti-scrying shield. So whatever it is he's working on, he does not want anyone to know about it.
On one hand, that could be innocent enough. On the other hand, that's very suspicious. I don't know too much about business myself.
I assume it's just stuff in the conglomerate, They're always bragging about how they come up with the most advanced stuff. And about how they're gonna be better than the competition. But, in the end, the only thing that really happens is they produce only something that's marginally better. So who knows, it might be some armor made out of cardboard boxes.
I think there'd be something better than that, alright?
+1 cardboard.
+1 AC cardboard bonus.
Fire damage removes armor.
Fire damage, it's like a Deku shield from Ocarina of Time. So, what plans do you two have after this?
Well, technically I'm on a quest already. I'm trying to find my patron.
Your patron?
Well, I'm assuming it's the actual patron. I'm looking for and I'm probably going to mess up the pronunciation. Kieran?
Kieran.
Kieran?
Kieran.
Is it 2 syllables?
The knight.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm looking for Kieran.
I've only heard about the legends of Kieran. I haven't actually seen one myself.
Well, it came to me in a dream once. It said it was in a... I really should have written this down. In this dark place with a lot of death around it.
Well,
And
you
it
got a
needed
lot
help.
you got a lot of choices there. I mean, on one hand, it could be in Degorsa. It could be in Negvara, where, well, you know, the constant wars produce a lot of death. It could be in the Salvaged Isles, where there were a lot of deaths, as the gods battled it out. It could be in Kuvinon, just because the place is Kuvinon. The Arbiters are working to change the fact that it's Kuvinon, but... oh, no, we were still defied at every turn. Dead. The dead that have risen back to life. Malevolent spirits, even. They all wanted a piece of us.
Well, anyways, what about you, Murdoch?
Ah. Yeah, I'll look up from my phone. I'm just here to set up shop.
Can't be a good plan.
I mean, one day I'd like to get an industry going, but meeting you sort of changed my plans here.
How did it?
Oh, that is one hell of a blade you have, sir. One day I would love to be able to make something like that.
Let's hope you can use magic, because you can't exactly make this without magic.
Is there any chance someone else could help with the magic part?
I would not suggest that.
Why so?
Not only does it go against arbiter tradition, but... you know... I used my magic to produce this blade, and it is my blade. I've used it now for around 250 years.
It's an awful long time.
It's almost like an artifact.
And yet, it is merely a weapon. It has no mind of its own, but... I'm sure maybe some of the other arbiters have decided to imbue their weapons with sentience. There is such things. Sentient weapons. There's such things. Yes. Like the Zodiac Braves, a legend of old. That was a legend even when I was your age. Well, except for Ares. Everyone knows that Ares exists. At least I hope you all do.
What exists?
Ares.
Knowledge check.
Yeah, it's knowledge history.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Murdoch knows Ares. Lucy, you know the name. You know it's one of the 12 ancient, or the 13 ancient artifacts said to possess sentience and a will of their own, which is what sentience means. The more you know.
Sparkles and stars.
Murdoch, you know that Ares is the artifact maul wielded by the kings and queens of Gevna as they keep slaying their predecessors in bids for power. And even to this day, the current king of Gevna wields Ares. And whenever, a ruler of Gevna has Ares, they do kill any challenger that they can.
Nice people.
So that weapon of yours, it'll only work if you use it?
Well, I mean, it won't only work if I use it, but, for example, I toss it over to Murdoch, and then he decides to play around with it, and then he suddenly forgets the fact that, the magical part of the blade is weightless, and he suddenly stabs himself. Well, he's gonna be in need of healing.
Can I try it?
I'm sure.
I mean,
I
how
have
hard
more
is swish
spatial
swish
sense.
stab?
How difficult is swish stab?
You've seen him swish swish stab. I don't think you can swish swish stab that well.
Maybe I could find you one of my old training blades.
That'd be cool.
Murdoch's eyes perk up. And his beard.
I can think of that old tie gag that was always
Yeah.
his face and we pull it down.
His eyes perk up, and then suddenly the beard's like, "Aru?"
His beard has a dog tongue.
You see, you can't just use a rune blade. It's dangerous. It deals a lot of damage. Even a gun has trouble keeping up with this thing.
I've noticed.
Noticed you have, yes.
Why do you think I'm so damn interested?
Well, we have training blades that deal they use far less magical power, and thus are far weaker. But they're still pretty damn painful if you get hit by one. Well, I remember the days of my training, and I do remember getting hit by my master by one of those blades, and I remember blacking out.
Ouch.
And then I woke up, and it turned out that she had carried me to the hospital room. That was not fun. It's not fun at all. And that was with a training blade.
You guys have some awfully dangerous weapons.
I
Well-
still think I could be responsible enough with one.
It's got me quite excited.
You don't want dangerous weapons. We have these dangerous weapons because we hope to never use them. And we also hope if we do use them, that we don't have to use them for long. For the longer we use a rune blade, well, obviously, the threat is probably far above our heads. Even taking on that dragon, I got very lucky. That thing could probably take on an army. Well, or at least a small handful of warriors, to be sure.
Yes, an army with tanks and fucking all those things that are around now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have a point, yeah. The Cradonian army could probably just roll in, put a few missiles into it, and then be done.
Poor dragon.
Yeah. I once heard the tale of a demon that I will tell you after I be right back.
My Fenris, what an interesting tale of said dragon.
Son of a bitch. Do I gotta be an Eldritch Knight if I want to make a rune blade?
I think so, yeah.
No!
That's the only way I know fighters becoming magical.
I was not told this. I did not know of the existence of rune blades.
I don't think Sin even knew this until, well, he was being show-offy with the dragon.
I'll just have like a pistol taped to my sword and I'll pretend it's a rune blade. Magic bolt!
Oh,
Oh, fine. I'll craft god darn sniper
put
rifles.
a little lighter and a gas chamber thing on a blade and just kind of make a little.
So what I don't get
What was that called in Fallout?
is
Kebab.
what I don't get is when I'm at work, my body can hoard water like fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I take a single goddamn drop at home, and it's like, hey, buddy, guess what? It's time to pee. Anyway.
Oh, Fenris, what an interesting tale of the dragon.
Anyway, so yes, that tale of a demon. It was when the earlier Gatling guns were being developed, I believe. And the Vigil, as they used to call themselves, now they call themselves the Inquisition for some reason. But the Inquisition had paladins who one day encountered a demon that declared its sovereignty over them. And those paladins... What the hell is going on here?
I said you could use a shish kebab. That wouldn't be not magical.
Go on.
Anyway, it'd be science magic. So what happened was the paladins, they simply activated their Gatling guns and what have you, and then they smote the shit out of the demon by pumping him full of lead and divine magic. And this wasn't no small demon either.
What was his name?
I don't know the name. It was a pit fiend, though, from what I've heard. It just appeared, declared their sovereignty, and then a small pack of paladins just gunned him down. And he went back to hell. I gotta see what this fucking says. Does it say magic users?
Non-magic users.
Non-magic users just deserve fun blades too. It's truly amazing what can be done these days.
And scary.
Oh, and scary, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. I remember one time, I remember my first time trying to fly an airplane. Not trying to fly the airplane, but flying in an airplane, my bad.
Raise an eyebrow suspiciously. Is Fenris a pilot now?
No. I made a mistake. But, no, that was scary. I mean, I've had companions levitate things before, but that was... they only levitated them like 100 feet in the air.
Imagine if that dragon attacked us in an airplane. I don't think we'd be so lucky as today.
Probably not. I don't think Misty Step could have saved me from that.
I can imagine fighter jets, like, escorting passenger airplanes now. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, fortunately there's not a lot of aerial enemies. Well, aerial beasts.
Just the occasional dragon every now and again.
Just the occasional dragon every 1,000 years or so.
Creature spotting. And we almost slain it. Well, you almost slain it.
Fenris got lucky. He got lucky now that that dragon could have destroyed the shit out of him in a second.
I see his health bar.
That was
limping or anything.
Huh?
Is he still hurt? Does
Oh no, I'm just not fixing that right now.
And he even put up a reactive shield, I saw. That's
Mm,
fucking
yeah,
painful.
he put up a reactive shield to guard against one of the attacks that hit. The other one, though, even with his shield, he wasn't able to deflect it.
Must not be the same build from.
It is the same build,
Yeah.
but it's following my rule set.
Oh.
The one that I used for your campaign, it had rolled stats.
Oh, okay.
So I maxed. Because it was rolled stats in that campaign. I was able to max dexterity at level 4, and I had 18 intelligence just out of the gate anyway. Whereas with this Fenris, he has 20 intelligence, so max intelligence at level 8, but he only has not intelligence, dexterity. He has maxed dexterity right now, but he only has 16 intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Fenris, Murdoch will tap him on the shoulder.
Yes?
Ahem. So I've got a collection of photos for weapons and armor that I'd like to make in the future on my phone. I might not be making that anytime soon, if at all, but could I get a picture of your rune blade?
Fenris indeed, shows the rune blade to you.
I assume he does a fancy elvish pose.
He turns it in his hand, and then, as you're taking a look at it, as a joke, he ignites it.
I was gonna say, is he gonna ignite it, or is it just gonna be his handle?
Startles you a little bit, and then extinguishes it after, you get a little bit spooked.
Yeah, I'll give a grunt and click that phone camera.
An Arbiter Runeblade. An Arbiter Runeblade is very powerful, like I said, but I've seen a demonstration of, what is that, a Gatling gun? Or is it no, Gatling gun. Minigun, that's it. I saw a demonstration of a minigun once, and you younger generations have it quite lucky. Or unlucky, depending on if you're on the receiving end or not.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them chop down a tree.
Yeah, I know all about heavy weapons like that, with my father and my uncle being in the military.
I remember fighting against that military. Ah, yes. That was too long ago, and that story's boring. Especially since, all these cars are passing by us.
Well, if you think it'd be wise to hitch a ride, but I mean, there's 4 of us here, and unless it's a bigger vehicle, I don't think they'd have room for us all.
Dude, so get this, Jack. I pulled up on the road and there was this dwarf, a kobold, an elf, and
Breaker.
I'll go to a bar later.
Breaker. I got a tree mage. A featherwing, an iguana, and a long beard over. If you guys want to go for it, go ahead. Where I'm going, I can...
Here's a question. Do I still have my bus ticket? Or bus passes? Or do we lose them in the crash?
You still have them.
don't you, give them to the bus? No, you get it when you get off.
Well, if they register the fact that a crash happened, they might be able to, a bus thing would have been able to.
Reschedule?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could try. In the next town.
Yeah, where the
Yeah,
hell
is
are
there
we?
a town
Is a good
before
question.
Mustang, or is it...
You're on the highway now. You've done a lot of talking, and I'll say it's been about 3 hours. Why not?
It's gonna be night soon.
Yeah, you guys do come upon the, You guys do come upon some familiar sights as you're passing along this highway, though.
Can we see any sort of bus station terminals?
No, but you do have a motel. Hmm?
Well, depending on how much it is per night, I might be able to afford it, but I don't have much on me.
Murdoch's a camper. You wouldn't want to wake everyone in that motel up with his tinkering and stuff.
Let's see here. Nope, I am not much of a camper myself.
You spend a lot of time banging two rocks together. Just wondering how the fuck they work.
I told you, I'm an indoor girl. I like playing my video games and not have to go outside.
You want to head to that
Really
motel, you can go
comfortable.
right ahead.
Yeah, there's a motel.
I'm out here with my fire and my night sky.
Fenris is also not too much of a camper.
Oh, the kobold was living outside, so I'm assuming he is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch over this little
Unfortunately, Kron derped really, really hard and is still trying to process all the shit that's happening.
Okay.
You'll get there one day, Crown. Don't worry. That's what I'm teaching you for.
However, you do see Kron. Fenris, motions to Kron. Alright. You seem to want to go to the... I don't very much like camping outside.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm more of an indoor girl. Even though camping was what we were supposed to be doing, but...
Fenris gently
I'd rather be inside.
Fenris goes to one of the motel's doors. And he puts his ear up against the door, listens in. Murdoch's off camping.
Yep. I knew that was coming.
Well, you can't hear anything. You want to see a magic trick?
Sure.
He starts looking in the windows. Unfortunately, he can't see too far in. Well, you'll have to wait until tomorrow. Let's go see what Murdoch's up to.
What were you planning on doing?
I was gonna have a Misty step into the hotel room and unlock it.
Oh. He's an arbiter. That's okay. Fine. Doesn't seem like the arbiter way to do that, but alright.
Yeah, you have to realize he's not lawful good.
Yeah, okay.
He's not lawful. He's not evil. He's not even neutral. He's a good alignment. He's not lawful good.
Oh. Fun.
Got it.
He's chaotic good, yeah.
Alrighty.
So if he thinks he can bypass a door,
Well, I mean, the dwarf seems to be showing off a lot of smoke and everything else going on over there. Maybe we should just kind of rough it for the night. Not too happy about it, but
The bugs will keep you
not much
company.
we can
Don't
do
worry.
yet. What, you gonna stay watch the whole night? No, you're probably gonna be sleeping at some point.
That's what we got the bugs for.
At the what for?
Bugs.
Kron
Those little
will.
things you make in your hands. God damn it, country, go away.
Those little things you make in your hands. Oh,
I
press
mean,
the
like
digitation.
butterfly?
Yeah.
Yeah, bugs.
I mean, it works, but at the same time, you have to be kind of a simpleton to fall for something like that every time I use it.
No, I mean
Hey.
the real bugs, silly.
Hey, now that's not nice. I thought that was a real butterfly in that car.
She makes another one. You mean this?
Ahem.
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 Yeah.
Ahem.
So, yeah, okay.
Kron
I
laughs
said
and then he
again, if you fall for it once, that's one thing. If you fall for it a second time, that's on you.
Kron just he pats down the dirt nearby, makes it nice and livable, and then he's just gonna zonk out.
Murdoch will do his best to take up as much space as he can on the side that doesn't have blokes mowing.
Blokes
Smoke.
mowing.
You'll invite Fenris to go on the near him, and Lucy can go and sleep in the smoke. Little bastard.
Oh,
Fenris
okay,
will.
I see how it is. Sure.
Fenris will get into a meditative stance.
Well, if you guys are all sleeping, I guess I'll take first watch. But really,
Okay.
We don't
Roll
need
meat.
watch.
Huh?
You can always be reckless. Don't need watch. Don't go with my head here. Roll.
okay. If you
Roll.
really think
Roll.
we don't need
Roll.
Don't listen to me.
protection.
Don't listen to me.
Roll perception, Lucy. Since you're taking first watch.
Woohoo! Aw.
I like that. Woohoo! Aw.
Like I saw 20 and then it's like, oh wait, I don't get advantage on that.
Yep, nothing happens during your watch.
Okay.
Now, who do you want to take second?
Probably Murdoch. I was just playing with the smoke a while too. Really.
Okay. Murdoch? Do you take second watch, or do you just allow Lucy to wake you up and then go back to sleep?
Murdoch will be a trooper. He's gonna take second and third watch.
Oh.
Okay, well, let's roll for second. Nice. Nothing happens, except at the end of second watch, Fenris wakes up, stretches, and then casts prestidigitation on himself. Oh, that's nice and peaceful right there. Alright, you can get your rest. I can take it from here.
No, I'm fine waiting a few more hours.
Alrighty then. We'll take watch together.
Your beauty sleep. Oh.
Oh, you must not know us about you must not know about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We only require 4 hours of sleep.
God damn, really?
Yeah. Yeah, out of character. Yeah. They have a thing called trance, where they don't even sleep. It's like a meditative trance. And it only lasts 4 hours, but they feel as if they've rested for 8.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a little broken.
divide everything in. Well.
I'm trying to think of something.
Okay, well, there's Fenris's perception check.
Oh man.
You look a little woozy
rest
there.
actually
I think you should get some more rest.
Oh no, I just need to wake up is all. He'll ignite his blade and start doing some some practice dancing. As you would. What about you, Murdoch? One more for... Okay. As third watch winds down, you guys see a car. You'll see a car drive up to the motel, and these big, tough-looking dudes exit the car, and they enter the motel's front door.
You saying that, Fenris?
No? What's going on?
Over at that motel, those big burly men entering.
What big burly men?
Do you have eyes right now? Did you lose it in your sleep?
No, I'm still a little sleepy.
Point! Murdoch, point! Your stubby little fingers.
I mean, by the time you pointed, the guys aren't there, but there is the car still.
Nah.
You're basically the
Came
only
from
one
that
that
car.
saw, huh?
Damn. Oh,
They
then,
came from
yeah,
that
they
car,
came,
huh?
They came from that car. And did I see where they went again?
They went to the motel's front door.
Ah, I see. They went inside the motel's front door.
Am I awake yet?
No. You don't have trance.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not.
You know what?
Murdoch.
Stay here. Load your rifle.
Alright. I was gonna have our scout go ahead.
He's sleeping.
I was gonna wake him up.
What's going on? What's going on?
Got some strange shit going on in that motel. Think you could scout ahead for us?
What type of strange shit?
Some big burly men. Trying to make sure no one's getting hurt here.
I don't want to deal with no.
Us.
I don't want to deal with no big burly men, man.
Just take a peek through that front door.
Oh, okay,
I'll
okay,
find some
okay.
food for you if you do.
Deal.
Alright.
Alright, let's go, Kron. Let's see how your stealth fucking sakes, Kron!
Sorry, my lung.
Fucking sakes, Kron. Everyone's rolling all your NPCs are rolling a 1.
Can I give him my inspiration?
Sure.
Fucking please. Poor bad.
Okay, that's his stealth check. After, he sneaks up there, staying low to the ground. He's got his pistol ready. And then you see him open the front door crack. Couple, a minute of silence or so, and then gunshots start being fired. And Kron runs back to the campfire as the big burly men come outside of the hotel.
Do the gunshots wake me up?
Yes, the gunshots wake you up.
They're gunshots.
What was that?
Hey, you there! All right, they. You know what? Actually, we can do this mapless.
Okay.
All right, so I need. Well, they're shooting at Kron, so I guess I would need to know Kron's armor class. Uh, Kron's gonna feel some pain. Kron's not unconscious, but he did take a bullet. Ah! Ow, that hurt.
Fair point. We can't see his HP either.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. He's
Okay.
not looking too good though. He got shot in the side. He got shot like between the rib cage.
This here sounds like initiative.
Now you guys get to fire back if you want to.
I will step in front of Gran first to do that.
Okay.
Sixes everywhere.
Yep. Fenris is actually... You see his hand glow. And you see 7 glowing purple darts just rocket from his palm as he says, "Magic missile!" Or, "Magic missile!" And there are 3 big burly guys to hit. He will do 2 of the darts on the orc-looking guy. Does not bring him down, though. 3 darts on the big burly human. Oh man, he does not look so good. But he's still standing. And then the remaining 2 darts on the... fuck it, let's make it a tiefling. No, tiefling is still standing. Exact same roll as that first one. And they start getting into their car.
Can I use the Eldritch Blast and pop a tire?
Yeah, if you want to.
Oh shit!
You do indeed hit the tire. Let's see how much damage it does, though.
Max roll.
It's a D10. You do knock it a little. You do knock it a little off balance, but it does not pop. They're able to quickly realign it.
Does it slow him down enough for me to get a shot off?
Yeah. If you want to try one final shot as they speed away. Nope.
Murdoch, you're a bitch.
Okay, and a perception check, seeing if I can get the... Nope, never mind.
Nope. Okay, Fenris will perception check to see if he can get the plate. Murdoch, you might be able to get the license plate. Fenris, you're not getting the license plate. Kron, what about you, huh, buddy? Kron can get the license plate. Murdoch, you and Kron got the license plate.
Ooh.
And all that's left to do is to see exactly what happened. Or to talk to Kron and hear him tell it.
Yeah, let's talk to Kron. Hey, I was sleeping. All of a sudden I heard gunshots. What happened? You 3. I just kind of turn and I stare at all 3 of them.
Okay,
Well,
so
Fenris here ate some bad mushrooms. That was the noise you heard. Okay, no, go on. Let me go.
Fenris just looks at
Ignore
you
that.
like, what's... I mean, I didn't see exactly what happened. Murdoch told me that some big bad guys entered the motel And I said I was going to investigate it, but then he said, nah, let's have Kron investigate. And so that's what happened, is that I went and investigated, and I cracked open the door, and I thought I was being quiet and sneaky, but unfortunately, the store's owner saw me, looked at me, and then those three big burly guys looked at me, and then I hightailed it out of there because there was bullets.
So the first bullet wasn't towards you, it was towards the clerk?
I don't know. I didn't see any bullets flying. I just heard them. I heard them and I ran.
I think you would know whether or not a bullet was going towards you or going away from you, but... Alright.
Murdoch will take out his axe and his shield, snuff out the fire, and should probably go check.
Yeah, Fenris still has his rune blade ignited as he steps forward with you all.
I'm just moving up so that the fire can be delayed without deleting my token. We've done this before.
That's true. Oops, I almost did delete your token. Fenris actually kicks open the door. And he sees you guys see the front desk. A tacky rug. I mean, this thing is tacky, okay?
Well, it is a motel.
Yeah, there's a vending machine. You can get some Pepsi if you want to.
That's a sign of its tacky is by having Pepsi in it?
No, the rug is tacky.
Okay.
The vending machine's actually looks. I mean, you know, it's a motel outside the city. It's not exactly pristine, but it's stocked with Pepsi. Cold, refreshing Pepsi.
Anybody hurt?
You have Murdoch's like, no. Kron has his pistol drawn. Fenris will step in first and give it a look over. You see no one at the front desk. The computer there though has a bullet in it. Has a nice little bullet hole.
Someone lift me up so I can peek over that desk. D6, huh?
Fenris. Oh, thank you. That. He lifts his hand from his wound. Oh, that feels good. Thank you.
I should also say I'm not doing that often.
Oh, well, I'll try not to get shot.
I'll try not to get you shot. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm not exactly keen on getting shot and going in first, despite being a scout. You know, I'm more of a farther away scout. You know.
You were looking pretty stealthy after that initial trip up there. I had a bit of confidence in you. They must have been very perceptive.
Yeah. It was I don't know. I think it was the clerk. You know. Oh, she's all right. I think. Let's just give it an old misty step here. Fenris does indeed teleport behind the desk.
Lazy bastard.
Huh?
Huh? Sorry.
Yeah, she's alive. Wait, I should make him roll, shouldn't I? That would be better. Oh, he actually has medicine. What?
Passive.
I didn't know Fenris actually had medicine.
I did.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
saw all his skills. They're fucking insane.
Yeah, she's just a little fainted. That's all.
Okay.
Now,
Doesn't
what
need
we...
any healing from me?
Huh?
Doesn't need any healing from me.
I can't see any wounds on her.
Do
Murdoch
you
will
see
go in.
any shells or anything where bullets may have landed?
Well, I see a hole in this here wall. Probably from where the computer was hit.
They shot the computer?
They shot the computer. I mean, that one's obvious. The computer's right in your view.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think...
Is it...
I don't know why they shot the computer. You do find some shells lying around.
I want to know if 14's enough to know if that's good enough to see if it was intentionally shot or it was just part of the just a shot that went off.
That's not... you can't exactly tell.
If that made sense. Like if
No,
somebody was
Kron.
definitely wanting to pick up the computer.
Did you hear what they were saying? When they got you? Okay.
So like 5 credits.
It's 1 credit.
Okay.
I mean, no, I couldn't exactly make it out. I was too busy trying to, not get spotted. Unfortunately, she rendered that effort void. But they did sound fierce from what I could make out. They might have just been regular robbers.
I don't know if we want to deal with the authorities again because that last time we ended up spending in jail.
No, I would rather not as well.
I mean,
I think I
Did
will...
you see the license plate?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I know you're leaving. You might want to say, here's the license plate number and the car description, and bye.
Yes, we could call the authorities and leave a note for them.
I'm not sticking around this time. Somebody else can call them, tell them what happened, and yeah, I don't think 2 calls in 2 days is exactly a good sign of things to come for.
I am not worried about myself here. It's poor little Kron. I have a feeling they don't particularly feel comfortable seeing him twice so soon.
As for me, despite the fact that I, am authority, I will tell you a little bit of a secret, and I don't exactly like dealing with authorities myself. One of the perks about being an arbiter, you can just say, hey, I'm an arbiter, wave around your rune blade, and then they're like, oh, okay, well, whatever, we'll just let you walk all over us.
Oh, you lucky, lucky bastard.
Until they don't. Until they don't, until they don't, mean words are exchanged, and, I may have been shot at once or twice. But yes, I think we should call the authorities. I could, disguise my voice using this awesome prestidigitation.
That works?
Yeah.
I didn't know I could do that with prestidigitation.
Well, now you do.
Is that how you're choosing to disguise your voice? Is that what happens to me? Maybe I am ready to be an Eldritch Knight.
Fenris will, he'll call 911 and you hear, oh, heavens to Betsy! There has been a robbery here, and you should probably come and attend to it. Yeah, there'll be a note for... Look, Just get here quickly, okay? Oh, my stars, it's just so terrible. Fenris will hang up the phone. Alright, now, did anyone see the license? The license number?
Aye.
Alright, write it down on a note, and then we'll be getting out of here.
Just in case we run into
Scribble,
them later,
scribble, scribble.
what was the license plate?
I'll make something up. I'll make something up and post it to you all.
I expect a
Okay.
dank meme.
420 for Jesus.
Oh no. RN Jesus.
420 for Orcus.
420 for Orcus, yeah! But yeah, okay. Let's, so everyone will hightail it out of there. Because that's a lot of adventure. There was a robbery. You guys were shot at by kobolds. There was a dragon. I think this is a good place to stop.
Murdoch's
Alright.
ready to become Murdoch Hammered Beard.
Hammered?
Needs a bit of a drink after this.
Yeah, well, you could hike back 3 hours into town.
No.
Do they
Well, does
have
that vending
alcohol
machine
in
have
there?
any dwarven ales? Like
Exactly.
McDuff. We need a McDuff.
I was about to say that.
Fucking McDuff. God, everyone loved McDuff. I loved playing McDuff. Everyone loved being a party member of McDuff.